So we're back with you guessed it, another YouTube video. And today we're still going to talk about the minors and the youth and the juveniles, because I feel like it was really laid on my heart to distribute this message. Now, again, I want to reiterate, I do have a program for them, an artistic program where they can release negative or positive emotions through an artistic medium such as painting, abstract art, or even drawing. And so I welcome you to visit my Facebook page, which is Art by Tiara Bird, and my Instagram page, which is called T Bird Paints, and really just see about what I'm trying to do with the youth and the juveniles. And so with this video, we are going to talk about my mental health crisis and when I went into the psychiatric ward. Now, when I went into the psychiatric ward, I was really doing very bad in life. Like, I thought I was just at the bottom. I was just at the pit. You know, when people say my life felt like a living hell, like, that's how I felt. Like, I felt like I was in hell. And so I said, you know what, I had to get some help. And so I voluntarily checked myself into the mental health because I had just, completely lost it. Like, I had lost my mind. And so when I got in there and they put me on some medication, I was able to gain a clarity of mind. And so I won't talk about what hospital I went to, but I was glad that I went there because I had totally lost track of reality. And so I had to give my child to his father, and I had to, seek help. And so when that happened, they put me on some medication, and it seemed like it was a brand new world for me because, it was just like I was seeing things more clearer. And so when I was there, I saw a lot of young people around my age there. And so I realized that we all are struggling, and because we are the new adults who, should be in Congress, we should be making laws, we should be, policing, we should be doing all these type of things to make sure society maintains a healthy balance. But we was in a mental health ward, and so a lot of them did not look like they belonged, and they told me I didn't look like I belonged there. And so when I really decided to dissect what happened, once I gained a clarity of mind, I realized that, mental health has another face now. It's not just the homeless man talking to himself. It's not just, the prostitute or some kind of like, you can't tell anymore. You can't tell. And so when you begin to see that, things are changing right before your eyes, you really see that, we're in a crisis where the new adults that's supposed to be changing things, and, we tired. Like, we are wiped out at like 20 and 30 years old. Like, we are struggling. And so when I really had to figure out what was happening, and I reflect on this daily because, I felt like it was the worst time of my life, but it was also the best time of my life. Because if I didn't go get help, I was going to be in a bad situation if I didn't go get help. And so that's when I realized I have to prioritize my mental health and wellness with checking my my body's health, So when I get a checkup from the doctor, I have to also get a mental health check, because that is what helps you bring it all together. So when your mind is not properly aligned with your body, you start to have diseases, you start to get sick, you start to think differently. So stress was very heavy on me. And so as I went to the mental hospital, I also was on my journey with Christ. And so I was like, I was mad at God. Like, I did everything you said. I changed my life. I stopped drinking, smoking. I stopped going out. I stopped doing all this stuff. And I completely checked out, And so I was so angry. I said, well, maybe this Bible isn't true, blah, blah. But the whole time I was there, I felt the presence of God there, And so I realized that every mental break isn't a bad thing. It's to save you from yourself or someone else. And so when I started to do my work, because when you enter the kingdom, you get a gift, you get a spiritual gift. And so when you get that spiritual gift, you have to learn how to use it properly. And so as the spiritual gift started to show itself to me, I started to realize what I'm here to do and what I'm here for. And so I see a lot of people saying, what does God want me to do? What does God want me to do? But as I stated before in the last videos, it is to help the fatherless, and it is to help the widows. It is to be a community. It is to be positive. It is to be respectful. It's to be loving. It's to be kind. So these are the principles that you're set, and it's to heal people. So you need to get into a modality of healing your group of people who you feel that you're called to. And so that's why I went into artistry and started to teach, is because that is where I felt like I was called to heal people. And as I started to look into what art does, I started to see it had a lot of healing properties, and I wanted to continue to show what saved me, And so art did, to me, save my life. I heard musicians say music saved my life. But art, to me, saved my life, because I was able to express myself, and I was able to sell my artworks along, coupled with the words that I felt that it was. And I was able to do something different. And so what I want to convey is that the youth may be having a mental health problem because they are repeat offenders. You know what I mean? So when someone is repeating very negative, bad behavior, that is a cry for help. And so I never thought in my day and time that the jails would be overcrowded for youth as well as adults. And so this is a growing problem that we have to address. And so my thing is when they go into jail, they need a mental health evaluation, and you have to put them on medication. Because if you release an already unstable mind back to the public, you need to expect more crime. And so I beg any of the legislative and the lawyers and the judges to implement that, because we're getting the grunt of it. And so if they go in and they're worse than when they come out, they have nothing to live for. And so that's a scary place for you to be. That's a scary place for them to be, because when someone has nothing to live for, they will take you out and whoever else with them, because I literally have nothing to live for. And so that's when I decided, or I thought, and I'm sure other doctors have come up with this, that spirituality or religion plus health needs to be examined together, because you cannot help someone without changing their mindset. You have to change the mind of the negative behavior for them to see positivity or prosper in positivity. This is a mindset change, and this is a heart change. A lot of these kids have grown up in very bad homes. And some kids haven't grown up in very, very bad homes, but they were around that environment. And so it had begun to change them. Because I can't be positive Sally and I'm around negative Brandon. You know, I have to arm myself. I have to arm myself, and I have to, you know, adapt to my environment. And so when we begin to see people start to arm themselves and, you know, have to pretty much be negative to survive, that is a bad turn of events that we are going to see. And so since this is an art channel, I do want to talk about my art. And so this is something I drew. This is another queen that I was able to draw. And I enjoyed this picture because I really can't tell what race this queen is. She does have her crown on and her jewelry. So, you know, she is of royal importance. But it was just kind of odd for me to see myself draw, you know, another race. And so I really enjoyed this drawing. And so that is it. So I will see you on the next video. Bye.